Testing. Okay, can you hear me? Whoa. Oh, yes. Now, oops. Okay, so you saw my camera, you saw me popped up out of nowhere. It was like, so my camera almost blew out again. Oh boy. It was crazy. I was stuck in the train, and you know what the problem is with the train? So what it means is it was making local stops. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's the language. ¿Qué? ¿Qué es eso? No say. Oh yes, and also I got. I'm I'm gonna see if I can do después de anochecer. Okay. And yes, I have 3 mods. Yes, and I see Six Flags Magic Mountain. Hmm. I actually want to go there someday. All right, because you guys have the most roller coasters. Despacitos. Despacitos. I don't even know what that. I don't even know it. What's the? Let's see. I don't even know the lyrics, to be honest with you. All right. Despacito, quiero respirar tu veo despacito. Deja que te diga tu oído para que te acuerdes diciendo conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firman las paredes del lubricamiento y hacerte cubrir todo en cuito. Sube, sube, sube. Quiero ver hablar tu pelo, quiero su ritmo. ¿Qué le estás dando mi boca? I suck. Oh shoot, I paused. Wait. Don't blow out on me, please. Okay, so I think it was tired of my Spanish singing. Okay, so. All right. I don't even remember. No, neither do I. I was reading the lyrics, okay? Uh, so, anyway, so we're gonna start. I have to do the COVID stuff. Is it frozen again? Now we're good. Estoy moviendo. Is it moving? Did I freeze? No? I think it's fine, right? Mods. Hello. Yes. Okay, good. See, that's why I have you as my mods. Oh yeah, this is a laptop, by the way. Okay. Soy pobre, no quiero. No quiero gastar, por favor, okay? Soy tacaño, soy pobre. Okay. Mira, look. This is my wallet. Look, nada. Vacío. No hay. My messages are a little delayed. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here. So, okay. I mean, I'm good. To be honest with you, but I think yeah, I think the delay I know for when I watch. Oh yeah, I'm using a laptop, so uh, because it's much more convenient. Now, when I go to DJ Nikki's stream, hi Cold Blooded, thanks for dropping by. Thank you everyone for dropping by, even though it was late. Okay, we're gonna make this a nice Friday night, even though it's considered Saturday night, 12 a.m. But who cares? So when I go to our friend DJ Nikki Zem's stream, my messages usually comes between 5 and 10 seconds after I enter it. So I don't know if that's considered a serious lag or something like that, but anyway, I counted it approximately. So without further ado, what was that? Okay, so I don't even know what that is. It looks broken. What happened? Okay, so I'm back. All right. That is kind of weird. So this is my short list of the COVID stuff. So what's going on here? So this week we had so the two companies, both Moderna and Pfizer, submitted their EUA, their emergency use authorization, and that is for their. And why is this anyway? So they submitted their emergency use authorization for the fourth shot, and that's for the COVID. So that's the second booster. All right, and I'll talk about it in a little bit. But yes, lots of things are happening. This is just the summary of it. There's actually going to be more coming in for the next stream. So, but this is just the crux of it. All right. So now there's less funding going on for COVID. I guess because the money is going, we're using some of that money to help Ukraine trying to fight off Russia. And by the way, there shouldn't be a war anyway. Okay, that's just me. Okay, this was needless. Okay, and all I can say is Slava Ukraine. Okay, glory to Ukraine. Okay, they don't deserve this. All right, and when you see what's going on, you'll see why. And it's just pointless to do, basically to do any wars, unless of course you're trying to defend yourself. Okay, so my prayers, hearts go out to those in Ukraine for the families affected. All right, so now back to COVID. Uh, Private sector vaccine mask mandates in New York City, they're still in effect, meaning that, yeah, I hate war too. Even though the key to NYC mask and vaccine mandate are lifted, it's actually suspended because, because given how the cases are low. However, if there is starting to be a rise, then they could come back. So don't throw your masks away just yet. I know we're all tired of this, okay? I just spoke with an immunologist while I was at work about it. So, I'm actually going to talk about it a little bit. So, if the private sector still requires vaccines or masks, they have a right to do so. You can't just say, "Oh, the state lifted and here's the news and all that. You should be doing that." No, the state gives them permission to set their vaccine mask mandates. One example, actually, I have two examples. In the sports world, there's the NBA and the MLB. For example, I like masks. I hide my double chin. Yeah, I like masks too, especially for allergy season. Okay, this allergy season is horrible. Why? Because my patients are feeling it, and they're always sneezing. They can't control themselves. All right, I have people in my house dealing with it. I'm not dealing with it, at least not just yet. I'm maybe a little here and there. I had a little cough because I have this yucky stuff coming out. And moco, is it? That's called moco. Right? It's this mucus and all that. Drink a lot of fluids. All right, and of course get your humidifier in. All right. So, and I'm gonna wear a mask also, so I don't get this pollen. I've been dying with allergies. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit off a little bit of a tangent. Okay, it's going off. I'm gonna do. Let's put my pharmacist hat on. Okay, so be it as a pharmacist, I always tell them when it comes to allergies. All right, so there's pollen everywhere. There's some that looks like pollen, that's not doesn't look like pollen, but it looks like dust, but it's really pollen. So it's very important to take a shower because then you wash the pollen away and then you put your clothes away. That's one of my one of my tips. Another tip is, of course, wear a mask so you get you basically protect yourself from the exposure of the pollen and all that stuff and all the stuff you're sneezing at. All right. And some people they use something called neti pots, and they have this little thing that looks like a lamp, or they just put it on the nose. That they wash, and you're not supposed to breathe it. And then you just pour water in one nose hole, and it comes out the other. I call them nostrils, but anyway, I call them nose holes because it makes me. I want to laugh a little bit. Okay, and then it comes in the other like. Okay, and then you have to blow your nose. I actually don't know how to blow my nose. Can you believe that? I tried blowing it, and I don't know. It's not working. It's not working. I cannot. I can't blow my nose. I don't. I really don't know how to blow my nose. Some people say, "Oh, you just blow it." When my brother does it, it's called nasal diarrhea, and if he doesn't cover it properly, it becomes a fountain, and all that stuff. And if he does it too hard, he bleeds. And there will be times where I think it was my brother and my sister. They will, when they deal with allergies, they they sneeze a lot and then they blow it and they use like 10 tissues at a time and then they sneeze again another 10 times. I don't know if 10 is the actual number, and then the repeats. It just does not stop. So you all that's why in my room, in some other rooms in the house, we have these tall filters, those really tall air filters. Just don't forget to clean them as well. So everyone's like, yeah, yeah, everyone's dealing with that. So my recommendations, the best one is Benadryl or diphenhydramine. All right. So be careful with that. So usually I say 25 milligrams. All right, those are your standard doses. One of the side effects that people don't like is that people fall asleep, but it's very effective. All right, and I caution with some of the side effects because it causes some drying. All right, it's so my professor said when it comes to antihistamines, there's a saying, okay, can't see, can't spit, can't pee, can't shit. It's for antihistamines, and it's more you get that more especially when you're a little older. Yeah, Claritin. So another name for Claritin is loratadine. Most people use Claritin or loratadine, Zyrtec or cetirizine. All right. I don't know why, but those things don't work on me. Okay. I like to go the maximum dose. Allegra is the one that I use, and it saved my life. Okay, I tend to use that in the morning. All right, some people use it at night. Most antihistamines nowadays, it has a less likeliness of making people drowsy or sleepy, unless if you're really sensitive to it. You can still take it at nighttime. The thing is, though, I recommend taking early in the morning because you want that effect. My concern is that when you take it at bedtime, that effect may wear out by the time you wake up. So that's a little bit of a concern. But if it works in helping you wake up, that's another thing. All right. Oh, so about swallowing the pill, full glass of water. Necesita beber mucha agua. Yeah, Claritin is really small, and so yep, my one of my former coworkers does that. Takes a lot of Claritin. Please, especially with 10 milligrams. Please do not take more than that. That's it. If it's 10 milligrams, that's it. My former coworker and another patient of mine took a second Claritin, and it works. Do not overdose. Please do not. Okay? If doctor says otherwise and went through all of everything, data and all that stuff and your records, that's another thing. All right? But 90%, at least 95%, 95% of the time, please don't overdose. Please. All right. Back to COVID. All right. If you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, you can stop me while I do my COVID stuff. All right. So I already talked about emergency use authorizations for the fourth dose or the second booster shot. Here's the thing. Just months ago, back in 2020, late 2021, they said they're working on updating the vaccine formula, both of them, Pfizer and Moderna. Where is it? I don't see it. I guess I guess they probably made it, but they're still testing it. All right. So, according to Unbiased Science podcast, on March 15th, Pfizer submitted its EUA request, and this is for the elderly. And my camera is stuck again. I think because I hit something. Is it working now? Okay, very good. Okay. So, 65 and up, the elderly. That's for Pfizer. And then 2 days later for Moderna, it's so this is 2 days ago. That's on the 17th. It's for ages 18 and up, so all adults. So this so Moderna's the reason why Moderna did this was because they want to be more flexible. So for example, it's not just the elderly, but for those who are high risk, like me. I have asthma and I'm in the healthcare field. So I'm willing to get that fourth dose. Now I'm a little 50-50 because, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go for it anyway once it's approved. Okay? But if the updated version of the formula coming from Moderna comes in, I'll take that one. Okay? So whichever goes first at this point. Why is that? Because I'm an essential worker and I'm in front and I work in person and I deal with the public. So I want to protect myself and of course I want to protect others. All right? And I want full dose. Don't half-ass it, Moderna. You half-assed it on my first booster shot, on my third shot. What was that? What was what? I think I was oh, that was me. That was me. I said, "Whoa." But so, you know, so what I was trying to say is, you know, yeah, please do not half the dose, okay? Make it a full dose, okay? Months ago I posted on Instagram that if you have it as the third dose for Moderna as a full dose, you would have, I think, 80 times more immunity. The only issue has is that it would be the side effects. That's why they'll just cut that in half. Oh, I didn't hear anyone yelling in the background. Anyway, so also, um, I forgot to put this on the bullet point. So, Omicron subvariant BA2, also known as stealth Omicron, so that's spreading. All right. So back in March, and I don't think I announced this on social media, but on March 14th, on Monday, March 14th, I spoke to my coworker and I said, I give New York City a COVID watch. And I don't say COVID warning, but it's a COVID alert. Like it's a little bit because I sense an increase. Even though there was no increase at the time on Monday, the state the state percent positive COVID positivity rate was below 1.5%. So, but I said, you know what? I smell something. Hola, Toti, ¿cómo estás? Hi, Toti. By the way, this is English, okay? Yeah, I know. I'm tired of COVID too, okay? I'm in the front lines. Okay, so you still have to wear the mask, okay? Necesita poner una máscara, okay? Porque todavía hay COVID, okay? By the way, if I'm speaking Spanish, don't worry because I'll say it in English as well, okay? So anyway, so 30% more. Hi, Shelby. Hola, Shelby. I I want to say, that thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias for the $25 por los $25. Okay, I'm actually. Should I show a video? I may show a video of that race. Okay, puedo mostrar una carrera. Give Okay. Yo, even if California lifted their COVID protocols, we still got freedom fighters protesting outside. There's like, you're not gonna make them happy. Okay? So, ignore them because if you give them their attention, they're gonna smother all over you. Okay? Because they want their publicity, because they want to be their heroes and they want to be on their high horse. Yeah, just ignore them. Okay? So back then, I think it was before COVID. Actually, you know what? No, I'm still doing it. There were places that I go, like in the Bronx, for example. People say, "Oh, Bronx is bad" and all that. No, every single area has a bad area. Okay, all boroughs, Bronx. People tell me Bronx, Brooklyn are bad areas. Like, come on. Every single borough in New York City, every single part of a town has a bad area. I just ignore them. I'm just ready to, as an Asian, get your fists ready, get your little mace or your pepper spray ready. They don't notice. Yeah, They're arrogant. It's crazy. No, well, actually, no. Well, I can't really make that judgment of whether they're arrogant or not. Okay. So, oh boy. All right. So BA2 is 30% more transmissible than BA1. That's the original one. I agree. I don't know the bad area where I live in. We're not gonna reveal it because I don't want to know where you live. Okay, because we don't want any stalkers. Okay, so anyway, about so far as of going over the information while I was stuck in the trains. Oh, actually, I'll whisper later. Actually, I'll do it through Instagram. My apologies. In a ghost town. Well, that could have its own similar dangers. Okay, because that could be opportunistic for some people. For some people, if you live in a ghost town, as opposed to being in a crowded area, where people who will pickpocket, they get easily. Yay! Yo recibí el regalo. Muchísimas gracias. Ten yo beso. So I gotta show that race soon. Okay. Tal vez tal vez puedo montar una carrera. Okay. Okay. So next thing, sí. Tal vez una nueva cámara. No, no sé. Muchísimas gracias. Todavía, thank you very much. I will still play those races. Todavía yo hago las carreras para, para tener divertido, to have fun. What's wrong with having fun? Okay, life sucks. All right? That's why I do this, because it helps me relieve stress. Especially with you coming, with all of you coming here, with all my got most of my mods here. Thank you so much. You're the best. All right. So 1/4 of the cases are in the U.S. 1/4 of the COVID cases are BA2 subvariants in the U.S. Almost 40% if you combine it in New York and New Jersey, the two states, and it's about 3 in 10 in New York City. But the numbers will change. About 36% of the wastewater surveillance sites have COVID surges, and a lot of it are in the Northeast and the Midwest. So, something to watch out for. All right. And I will say about the masks, just, I know people are tired of the masks. I strongly recommend you wear a mask inside. Okay. Still, strongly recommend it. If you get sick, you need to wear a mask, period. But if you're not sick, I strongly recommend it if you're inside. If you're outside, you're fine. As long as you're social distance. Now, if someone wants to cough in my face, I'm wearing my mask. And, well, before I wear the mask, they're gonna get a knuckle sandwich, okay? That's what they get. All right? Because I'm not letting anyone go into my face and cough in my face. All right? No, 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 no. Okay? It's not good. Of course, me too. Yeah, see? Yeah, only when eating. Yeah, exactly. I wear this every single day wherever I go. Okay, even if it's outside. Okay, I take it off because no one's here. I have to be careful with the laptop because if I move a little bit, this camera is gonna blow off, like what happened last time. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you. If you don't if you don't know, this is my friend. He gained weight a little bit. It's okay. Here's say hi to Giyu. So, if I do get affiliate, all right, which I'm very close to, if I do get affiliate, I will release my Giyu emotes. I need to get my Giyu emotes. Okay, I may ask Carl, but we'll see. It's Crowy's. It's I have to. Can I do a shout out? Let's see. The shout out. I think this is the one. I don't know. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Okay. So wait, it's not working. Oh well. But anyway, Shout. There's a shout out anyway. Any shout out is a shout out. So okay. Shining enters the chat. Okay, so yes. Oh, Shinobu. Yes. Okay, so let's keep going. This is the status for the US from covidactnow.org. So it's yellow. I don't like yellow. I like to see some greens. All right. So the you know where the bad parts are. So you know, for some reason, CDC sees this as, oh, there's you got more emotes. Uh oh, I need to get the emotes. Anyway, so about 96% of counties in the US considered low, but COVID Act Now is pretty strict about these things. Like I like to see green, yellow. Okay, I mean you can see it here at the bottom here. So low risk is green. That's the best one. But usually the green that I'm seeing here is kind of like in the middle of nowhere. All right, you'd be lucky to get a yellow if it's in a dense area. Okay, so there in Asia, people always gift me subs, so I have a lot. So in Asia and in Europe, the cases are going up simply because number one, the BA2 subvariant is more transmissible, still under the Omicron one. Now they're saying about Deltacron, and I spoke about Deltacron already. Don't believe the hype. All right, Deltacron is something uh, you can use as a new transformer. That's as far as you can go. Deltacron is basically a combination of Delta and Omicron variants. Still COVID. All right, vaccination still works. Masking still works. Okay, fluid still works. If you get it, fluid still works. Quarantining still works. You need to rest. Your vitamin B complex or your B12, actually B12 I prefer. Vitamin D, vitamin C, your elderberry, all that stuff. Try to fight the symptoms, those kinds of things. Yeah, Deltacron. All right, move over Bumblebee, move over Optimus Prime. All right, but anyway, I don't want people to worry about Deltacron. If everyone do their part in stopping the spread, we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so don't believe the hype. You know, fear makes people make money and from fear. So let's not get into that. Okay, just know that COVID is COVID, and my camera is always camera camera. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on. So South Korea, Vietnam, that's going up, and those areas were did very well in the beginning. Now they're going up. I think also Australia and New Zealand, they're going up as well. That's weird. What's going on here? Okay, so next one, if I this is by continent. So you can see as of March 13th, most of the cases are in Asia and Europe. So you'll see it over there at the end, right over here. So the next thing I wanted to bring up is that people need to learn from their history. You need to learn from the past. Those, I think there is a quote, those who fail to learn from the past, those who fail to learn from the past will they're going to repeat it basically. Or they're doomed to repeat history basically. So this is back in 2020. All right, the dates are all under 2020. So obviously started out in COVID-19 started out in Wuhan, China. And then through international travel, through international I apologize for the camera. Yeah, through international travel, they spread it, especially if it's asymptomatic. So follow mainly the red lines. Okay, so you'll see here it went from China, and then it went to Europe, and then it mutated a bit. So at the time there was something called S. That was the original one, the S strain, and then it becomes the L. And then when it went to Europe, it mutated and it became the L strain, and it came to New York out of nowhere. Okay, while we were all looking at China, and then the first reported cases was in the West Coast. I think it was in Washington State. But what we didn't realize was that people were getting infected, and a lot of people were getting asymptomatic in the Northeast. When I was in when I was going to Katsucon, it was on February of 2020. While almost no one was wearing a mask. They were saying, oh, COVID was spreading in without us knowing it. And just when at the time when we got the symptoms, we always think, oh, it's a flu, and they think it's nothing and all that. So gotta learn your lessons, because if you don't learn your lessons, you're doomed to repeat them. And then when you repeat them, more people get hurt, and more people will die, and we don't want that. Okay, so anyway, that's my COVID update. All right, pretty short one. Okay, why? Because I have a busy schedule, but that's okay. This is the most important part. All right, I'm still monitoring COVID, even though you don't see it on my you don't see the COVID mode thing. I removed it, but I'm still monitoring COVID anyway, and also flu and all that stuff. All right. And also, when you go to cons, please wear your. This is off topic. Please wear your deodorant, okay? Please, please, please. We don't want to smell that too. All right, it's bad enough. There's con crud, con blues, con flu, and the regular flu, and COVID, and all, and RSV, and adenovirus, and rhinoviruses, and all these other infections. Let's not. Let's take care of each other, okay? Please, pretty please. Okay, we're gonna get to the subway, and let's see what is this one. I'm gonna take this one out. Will it come out? Yes, it works. So, switching gears, this is the subway part. Before I get to the subways, just want to say for the New Jersey Transit train, so we're gonna switch here. We're gonna switch to this one. So the regular service has been restored in the Gladstone. This is the Morristown line, but they call it Morrison Essex line, and also Montclair Boonton. So there was a tree that fell on the Maplewood station, and it damaged the wires, and they fixed it. So they're back in service. Okay, I think this is as of during the midweek. So everything will be okay. However, there is one little tidbit. So it's Hudson Bergen Light Rail. I don't know how far you are, Kat, from this. Okay, Bergen Line Avenue is going to be skipped. All right, and then you would have to connect to buses at Tonley or Port Imperial to get it to Bergen Line. It's actually quite a big distance between Bergen Line and Port Imperial, and between Bergen Line and Tonley. So there is supplemental bus service while they fix an elevator. So that's the Hudson Bergen Light Rail. So that's the only New Jersey Transit related thing. And anyway, we're gonna get to the weekend. So March 19th and 20th. This is the subway advisories. So let's do it. I get back to this one. So you should already know 2 and 3 trains skip Clark Street. All right. And the next one is from 9:30 p.m. So it's already starting until Monday, 5 a.m. So the westbound over here, A and C trains is express between Broadway Junction and Utica Avenue. All right. Next one over here, this is also ongoing for the weekend, is there's no F and G train south of Church Avenue. So you'll have to take local buses. In addition to that, the N train is local in Brooklyn, so take advantage of it. So especially if you want to go to Coney Island, you can take the N train, and some of the parts of the N train will supplement this the part of the F train. Okay, depending on the see how kind of close on it. Also, southbound D train is local as well in Brooklyn. And in addition to the R train being local in both directions, southbound D and R will be sharing one track. So please be careful and plan ahead. When you have three different lines sharing one track, there's some congestion going on. Okay. The next thing is over here. We're gonna go to the L train, so 3:30 a.m. So it's gonna start in about 3 hours, as of what I'm saying right now, until 10 p.m. on Sunday. There's no L train between Broadway Junction and Canarsie Rockaway Parkway. There are two buses. There's one that's express that goes nonstop between Broadway Junction and Canarsie. Then there's another one that makes all the stops in between it. Also, PATH trains on 23rd and 9th, so that's only in nighttime, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Should know already that they're closed during these times. That's the ongoing. The next section is from 9:30 p.m., so it started 3 hours ago, as of I'm speaking right now, and it goes until Monday, March 21st at 5 a.m. So westbound 7 train is express between Metz Willets Point and 74th Street, but it will stop at Junction. It may even though it goes express, it may slow down. It's because of all the track work. Next thing is in Manhattan, the northbound A and C trains is express between Canal Street and 125th Street. By the way, that's Jack Vane. So that's one of our friends, one of Missing Shelby's friends. Okay. So he's live as well. So go support him as well. Does this work? Shout out Jack Vane, I think. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm still gonna put it anyway. Screw that. Okay. See, I'm still a newbie. Okay, so next one here. Also, in addition to the A and C trains, the northbound E trains is going to be skipping Spring Street and 23rd Street. Next one is westbound E and R trains is express in Queens Boulevard between 71st Avenue and Queens Plaza. F train's always express anyway, okay? But instead of going to Queens Plaza, it's going to go to 21st Street Queensbridge. Also, next thing, we're going to go to the LIRR. So, in the LIRR, all right, all Long Island Railroad trains coming from Jamaica, so westbound between Jamaica and Penn Station, it will go nonstop. So, we'll skip Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, and Woodside westbound nonstop. However, if you want to get to Woodside, you have to take the E and then the 7, or if you want, you can take the Port Washington branch. That stops on Woodside. Next thing is, and this one is a doozy, so pay attention. All right. So the two trains run, so north of East 180th Street. This is East 180th Street, so let's keep this in mind. East 180th Street. North of East 180th Street, the 2 and 5 trains, they're gonna swap. They swap. So starting with the 2, it's gonna run between Dyer Avenue and goes all the way to South Ferry. It's actually not gonna go here. So there will be no 2 trains between Chambers Street and Flatbush Avenue. So it's gonna start here at Wakefield. Oh, not. I'm sorry. That's the original. The 2 train will start at here, Dyer Avenue, and then go down here, and then goes into the regular route from East 180th. Okay, and this is both directions. Keeps going on the regular route. All right, and then south of 34th Street, it's gonna go into the 1 train, and it's gonna go local in both directions, and it'll stop at South Ferry. The next thing is the 3 trains. That's the only one that's going express out of the 1, 2, and 3, or some people call it the red line, which please do not call it the red line. Just call it the 1, 2, and 3 trains, please. All right. The 3 train runs between 148th Street and 14th Street. That's it. It's not gonna go past 14th Street southwards. Nope. All right. And the next one is the 4 train will be going from Woodlawn. It's going to be express in Manhattan, but it's going to go local east of Nevin Street. So it's going to follow the 3 train. And it's going to go past Utica and go all the way to New Lots, because the 3 train is not going to go to Brooklyn. 3 train is going to stop here, and it's going to go back up at 14th Street, 7th Avenue. And the next thing is the 5 train. So as I said earlier, it swaps with the 2 train. So the 5 train will start at 241st Street. By the way, the dotted lines, that's a rush hour service, depending on the time of the day. That's only for weekdays. But anyway, for this coming weekend, the 5 train will run from 241st Street to go to East 180th Street, and then go on a regular route and through Lexington Avenue line. That's the trunk over here. It's on weekends. It usually ends at Bowling Green, but because the 2 train goes here, the 5 train will go past that and serve the 2 train. So east of Nevin Street, it's going to go local. It's going to go over here up to there, right here, which you'll see over there already. Because of this whole mess, since the 2 and 3 trains are not going to Brooklyn, this S train will be running all weekend, so you can make your transfers. The next thing is, this is at 12 a.m. It already started 45 minutes ago for the Long Island Railroad, and this is until March 21st, 12:30 a.m. So we're going to switch to Long Island Railroad. There is no Long Island Railroad service between Floral Park and Hicksville. Also, there is no service between Floral Park and East Williston. All right. This Oyster Bay branch, this one runs between East Williston and Oyster Bay, and I believe it's every 2 hours. So plan ahead. Okay. And in this kind of mess, in this kind of mess, this is what we have so far. All right. This one is not affected. This one's somewhat affected, as I said. Westbound Long Island Railroad trains skip Kew Gardens, Forest Hills, and Woodside if it's coming from Jamaica. If it's coming from Port Washington, it will stop at Woodside. This one over here, Long Island City, Hunters Point Avenue, I think that's only for weekdays. It's for rush hour. And anyway, so the ones affected is because they're doing some switches and all that stuff somewhere in this area. I think it's actually around the Carl Place area and along here, but I don't know why they would cut off this section here. All right, so there's LIRR running from Penn Station or Jamaica to Babylon, right over here, right over Babylon, okay? And then there's one that goes from Hicksville to Babylon, but it stops at Bethpage. So there's a shuttle train over here. Next one is there's one from Hicksville, and it goes to Ronkonkoma. Oh, wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, the first one goes to Hicksville to either Huntington or Port Jefferson. There's one that goes from Greenport to Ronkonkoma. And then there's another one that goes from Ronkonkoma and between Ronkonkoma and Hicksville. And then lastly, there's an increase in service from hourly to every 30 minutes, but every hour coming from Atlantic Terminal and every hour coming from Penn, and then they meet at Jamaica. So there's more service going towards the Hempstead branch simply because this section is cut off. All right. So what do you do? All right. If, especially since it's not as easy to find Uber or Lyft in that area. I mean, you still get it, and it's kind of cheaper, but I like to save some money. All right. N22 or N24 nice buses or not so nice buses because they don't run as much as I wanted to. So the ticket, your LIRR tickets will be cross honored on those two buses, the N22 and N24 between Mineola and Hicksville, right over here. But on 12 a.m. to 5 a.m., you have to use a shuttle bus, and then you have to speak to an LIRR employee to get that. Between Mineola and Hempstead, between these two places, these two stops, you can use the N40 and N41. You can or N40 or N41, and you can use your Long Island Railroad tickets so they can be cross honored. There's also a shuttle bus that goes between East Williston and the Hempstead branch, but also stops at Mineola, and this is to take care of this little thing that's shut down. Wait, I'm not finished yet. There is more. We go back to the subway. So 3:45 a.m. On Saturday until 10 p.m. on Sunday. There is no J train between Crescent Street and Jamaica Center. The bus is gonna run between Crescent Street, make all these stops here, and then the last stop will go into Jamaica Van Wyck, where you take the E train to get to these other two stops. And it's direct because this is Jamaica Avenue. Well, it's first is Fulton, then goes to Jamaica, and then it'll connect over here. It's pretty straightforward. It's just there's traffic on Jamaica Avenue. Next thing is, and this one pisses me off a lot because this is my train. This is the anxiety train. All A trains or anxiety trains will be running between Lefferts Boulevard and 207th Street. That's it. No trains going to my house. No trains going to the casino. No trains going to the Amtrak. To the racetrack. No trains going to JFK Airport. Pisses me off. Okay, and no trains here. But there's one exception. The S train, the Rockaway Park shuttle, will actually run between Beach 116th Street and Mott Avenue. There's actually a track that goes here. It's a single track, but so it runs about every 15 minutes on this area. So what about this? So there are three buses. All right. First bus goes from Rockaway Boulevard, and it makes stops at Aqueduct Racetrack, Aqueduct North Conduit, and Howard Beach. Okay, last stop over here. And those are free shuttle buses. The next one is a nonstop bus that goes from Rockaway Boulevard to Mott Avenue over here, nonstop. And then you can connect the S train there. Lastly, the third bus is Rockaway Boulevard, and it follows the Q53 route. On Rockaway Boulevard, it makes stops at Broad Channel and all these stations over here. Let's see what the next one is. And lastly, 6:45 a.m. to 6 p.m. on both of the days. We're actually going to go to the 6 train. So southbound 6 is express between Parkchester and Hunts Point Avenue. And oh my, so you see it here already, but this is all local. All right. So those are my subway stuff. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, but oh wait. I didn't even realize. Yeah, maybe I need a new camera. Wow. All right. So I do have a computer, like a desktop, but I bought it from 2009. So maybe I may use it. We'll see how it goes, but I have to see how to connect it. I'll download Twitch over there, and then you'll have a little setup there. Okay, I shall be right back while I fix these technical things. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, I didn't even realize it. Oh, thank you so much for letting me know. Okay, so technical issues. It happens. Oh my god, I am so sorry about that. Like, you know what it is? I what when I do be right back, I turn off the microphone, and then when I went back, I forgot to turn it on. Let me start over. Okay, so to recap, but it's okay. Why it would go in a heartbeat? Anime Boston. I've been there since 2018, so I went 2018, 2019. I'm gonna go this year, and I love it. One of my favorites. It's a top 10 con in terms of the attendance. All right, and I also suggest going there, especially if you're in the Boston area or if you're able to travel to Boston. Okay, one of my favorite cons. Anime Next is a moderate con. Used to be small, now it's moderate. It's a New Jersey. So Anime Boston is in Massachusetts. Anime Next is in right now. It's in Atlantic City, and it's a right now it's a moderate con. And reason why I would go in a heartbeat. That's actually my first actual con. All right, and loved it. I've been there since 2016. All right, they in 2015 in 2015 they were at the Somerset, some kind of convention center in Somerset. It was very hard to get to, and it was cramped, so they needed bigger space. So they went to Atlantic City, starting in 2016. And with the exception of Atlantic City being a little sus in, in terms of city, but the place was really good. It's very easy to get to by bus, so I'm gonna go there, and I'm going with two friends. It's just that I have to check my the bus, the hour bus, all right, because I save money on that. Also, New Jersey Transit gets there too. So and Anime Next is even though it's moderate, you get that kind of small con feel kind of thing. All right, I also want a panel there too. Anime Next, that's a hometown anime con. It's a would go in a heartbeat. It's a one seat ride from my house. Okay, so it's about a 10-minute walk from the 34th Street Penn Station station in on the A train, or the anxiety train. Next one is Castle Point. It wasn't Hoboken, where it was in the Stevens Institute of Technology. It's college run, but because they've overgrown it, they have moved to the Meadowlands Exposition Center, and it's been there since I forgot. I think it's 2018. I believe 2018. So very good con. It's also growing as well. It's now considered a moderate size con from what I'm seeing, because it does get packed as well. It's much easier to get to the Meadowlands Exposition Center. You just take one bus. It's kind of like maybe a 20-minute ride, 25-minute ride from the Port Authority bus terminal if you're in the New York City area. And my camera is blowing off. It's so weird. Oh no. Okay, come on. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do a scene, and if there's an issue with the camera, I'm probably gonna take it out. Hopefully, I can get my VTuber in. We'll see. What is going on here? Okay, so the next one tempted to go to Piers is Brooklyn Comic Con. It's not the best one. I'm actually going this year, so hopefully maybe they can redeem themselves. All right. Next one, I'll go someday for Colossal Con. By public transit, since I don't drive, it's pretty hard to get to. All right, it's in Sandusky. I've been to Sandusky. I don't see any public transit from what I know. I think there's an Amtrak train that gets there though, but I don't. It's very hard to get to. And I went to Sandusky because I went to Cedar Point twice. Okay, it's a theme park with the second most roller coasters in the world, right after Magic Mountain. If I can get this camera in. Okay, so and I love the roller coasters. Someday I'm gonna maybe do a tier list on that too on the amusement park. All right. So the next thing is Connecticut. I'll go someday as well. It's actually easier to get to compared to the other cons. And actually, I'm gonna have to move that to tempted to go by peers. So the reason why I put that there is because I have people who want me to go there, especially my friends in New Jersey. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Let me think about it. But I've been tempted to go by peers, so it's like in the middle over here. And the next one is Anime Los Angeles. Is too far. Okay, there is a con in Los Angeles. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about. That I love to go. I went there once. ALA, not worth going. If I'm gonna go somewhere that's really far, and since going far, you have to pay more, obviously, especially with flights. You gotta go for something that's big. Okay. Why Big Apple Comic Con? The reason being is that I went there once. I wasn't feeling it. All right. At the time, it was in the Hotel Pennsylvania, and it was pretty packed. This year, they're gonna do it in the New Yorker Hotel. All right. When I went there, it was in 2017, and that was the only time I went. And it's not a lot of variety, but it's more towards the westerns. So more of the Star Wars, Star Trek, the Spider-Man, DC, and the Marvel stuff. Which there's no problem with that. It's just my taste is a little different. How was it in 2019? If if you want to share it, okay. It's also in Hotel Pennsylvania. Yep, that's right. So it was packed when I was there. So packed simply because they it was dense and they don't put in they don't allow for for some wiggle room, especially when you're going from one place to another. Okay, so I gotta make I don't always realize that the camera is always you know I'm starting to give up on fixing this camera. Okay, so let's see. Oh man. All right. The next one is, and I think you're gonna go there, Nikki. I think this country Crunchyroll Expo. All right. I don't see it as worth it to be honest with you because of the logistics when it comes to transportation. All right, but maybe, hopefully, if you do go there, let me know, and let me know if it's actually worth, buying an expensive ticket to go from New York to the Bay Area for it. So, do your thing with the review. Again, when you do the review, it doesn't have to be. If you want to be in depth, great, but I want that adequate detail. All right. And you saw how I do my review for it for WinterCon and that other event. It's the same folks that did Anime NYC and Anime Frontier. I see. I remember that mascot was. I remember that mascot was was that's in the beginning it was that girl with the orange hair. You know what? I give up. I give up with the camera. That's it. That's it. Okay. So I give up. I have no time for BS. Okay. Oh wait, it's working. All right. Nah, that's it. All right. I've had enough with the camera. All right. So sorry about that. I just can't. No room for error. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so what we have here. Let's see. Who's next? Derpycon. Derpycon. I've been there a few times. I actually did a panel at Derpycon. This is in New Jersey, right now in New Brunswick. All right, it's a small con. I recommend it. I will see if I'm thinking of go. Actually, uh, I'm actually gonna put it more towards. I'll put it here. It's very close to the heartbeat part, but the tickets didn't come out yet. All right, I want to see if I can try doing another attempt to do a panel here for Con Survival. Okay, it's a this con is more it's a little bit more spacious, small con of course. I recommend it for those who are not big into crowds. So I would I definitely recommend that one. The next one it says Colossal Con. What is that? I can't even see that. It's what does it say? I can't even see it. All right, I think it's in Texas. I mean, I'll go someday. All right. Now, all Colossal Cons, if it's Colossal Con East, it would be going to either tempted by to go by Piers or let me think about it. I'm actually going to go to a con, which I won't talk about yet because it is coming up, but it's going to be held in Camelback, and I've never been to Camelback before. Oh, Colossal Con Texas. I'll keep it there. Keep it with the other Colossal Con. Okay, is all right. Oh, you know what? Let's give it one more shot. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'll be a little bit forgiving. Okay. Ay, ay, ay. So the next one is Anime Expo. I went to Anime Expo. I love it. Okay. And I will put it. You know what? That's it. Okay. Anime Expo. And to be honest with you, I'll put it in orange. I really if I live in LA area, I would put it as go in a heartbeat. But because I live in New York City, I love Anime Expo. It's the best. One of the best anime cons. Okay, it goes along with Anime NYC and New York Comic Con. Those are my three favorites. All right, but getting there very hard, and plus I have to show up to work on Monday. All right, I can't do vacations. I'm so sorry. Okay, so AX is really if you love anime, that's like the mecca. It's a big one. Okay, big mecca here for that, and I strongly recommend if go there at least once. Okay, seriously, go there at least once. Okay, so hmm. All right, so then Lioncon Summer 2022. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you the pictures soon, someday. I have to look for it though. I think it's in my old computer, but it's a whole. It's not just it's a crowd con for Anime Expo. It's a lot of people. All right, and yeah, it's I was one of the first. I was always inside, but if you were outside, I remember it was 111 degrees outside at Anime Expo, and I was dressed up as Ida, and I was freaking hot. I was dressed up as Minato, and I was so hot, and also my iPhone turned off because it was overheated. So, but anyway, that's not a complaint against AX. You can't complain about the weather. Dragon Con is the next one. I I am stuck between tempted to go by peers because I have peers who want to go, who wanted me to go, and then let me think about it. This is a tough one. I would say I'll put it here. I'll put it here. So the reason why is because this is a general con, very it's a pretty large one. This is in Atlanta, and it covers several venues. Okay, a lot of hotels. All right, and it's packed, and I love it. Fanime, that's DJ Nikki's M's Con. Okay, I'll put it. I'll go someday, and this is actually pretty good, simply because this is a top. This is well before COVID, this is a top 10 con, all right, in terms of attendance. And it, so I like to go like to really big ones because if you go really far just for the smaller ones, I don't see what the value is. You're just throwing money. If you're gonna spend a lot of money to go somewhere, you want to go for something really big. You want to get more bang for your buck, so to speak. Okay, so but yeah, I'll put it as I'll go someday. I actually prefer that one over Crunchyroll Expo. All right, but I'm gonna get my one of my mods to go there. Let me know how it is. Now, if you do live in the San Francisco area, all right, or the Bay Area, so to speak, you'd probably put Crunchyroll Expo, Fanime, maybe AX, probably in the higher level. Okay, a big part of it for me when it comes to the ranking is transportation. Okay, how I know because one of my friends, Anytime Cosplay or Anytime Gamer, he's here on Twitch and on Instagram. So he had a bad experience with Katsucon because, and it started out where he lost two of his props. One of them was a wig, and and he had a really bad experience. Even though Katsucon is one of those big cons, all right. So transportation is a thing. Without transportation, how the hell are you gonna get to the con? I don't even know what this is. Me? What is this? I don't even know what this is. I can't even. I think it's FlameCon, maybe. I would say, I would. Yeah, it's FlameCon. I think. Yeah, that's in this is in the New York City area, and this is for like an LGBT thing. Like, I'll go someday. I'm actually, yeah. You know what? Let me think about it. Okay, I'm biased because this is in the New York City area, so I'll think about it. Okay, my friend, I have friends who go there actually. Okay, Goasi Khan would go in a heartbeat. Why is that? Very easy to get to. Okay, if you're in the New York City area, go for it. Several of my friends organize this con. All right, and so I know them. And the other one is Holiday Matsuri. I really, 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 really want to go. I really, 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 really want to go. Okay, so I'll put this here, and the reason being is that again, if I lived in Florida, that would go in a heartbeat. I live in New York City, so it's not easy to get there, especially it's far. One of my other mods, his name is Alex or Triforce Del Gizi. He went there. He loved it. He tempts me to go. Okay, I think I have a few friends who are gonna go with him this year for Holiday Matsuri. It's not a top 10 con, but you know, I really, really, really want to go. Even though I would put it over here, transportation is a big thing. I know because I'm biased because I monitor transportation a lot and all that. LA Comic Con, I will put not worth going for the time being simply because AX is taking that spot. Sorry. Liberty City is canceled. Okay, Liberty City AnimeCon is in New York City, as you know, and it was in its second year when I went in 2016. 2017, 2018 were its golden years when it was in the Marriott. 2016 was in the Crown Plaza. It went back to the Crown Plaza in 2019, and they screwed over. Gone. So they screwed up, all because one of them was a pedophile. And actually, DJ Nicky Zem talked about it in his con tier list. Colossal Con East. This is Colossal Con East, and I will put this over here. Tempted to go by peers simply because it's true. I have people telling me, "Oh, I should go." This is in the Kalahari Resorts in Mount Pocono, Pennsylvania. You need to take two buses to get there from the Port Authority bus terminal in New York City. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing, but this time for another con, and it would be in Camelback, but it'll stop at Aquatopia. But there is a bus in Camelback, the shuttle bus that runs between two places, the indoor water park and the the lodge, like where they have the skiing and all that. MomoCon, let me think about it. That is a general Atlanta con. All right. I will also put Anime Weekend Atlanta as well. That's an anime con for Atlanta. That's a top 10 con. So I'll put that there. Again, because unless if you're in the Atlanta area, that would be in a heartbeat if you love it. But problem is I well it's not oh, I love New York City. Okay? It's just the travel to Atlanta pretty far. New York Comic Con would go in a heartbeat. That's also same thing as Anime NYC. Why? Because it's a one seat ride from my house. And even though they're corporate hacks, okay, they have everything. So that's the main con. It's not perfect. The thing is, you have to deal with fan verification, and it sucks. Sorry to say, but since it's a popular con, it has to deal with the scalpers and all that. So Next one, Otakon. Oh, this is a tough one. I would say go in a heartbeat. Uh, if I can get there, yes. So I love it. It's in Walter E. Washington Convention Center. I've given high marks, like 8-ish, 9-ish area. All right, and I hope to do a panel there someday. Really great con. If you like anime Boston, you like Otakon. Otakon is another top 10 con. All right, things have improved when they went to, in my opinion, when they went to Walter E. Washington Convention Center. My first one was in 2017. Before that, they were in Baltimore Convention Center. Even though there was a drop in the attendance, at least it's still alive. So Anyway, next one, PuchiCon will go in a heartbeat, and I am a bit biased because I have a few friends who I know very well, and they run that con. The next time they're going to go is like May 14th and May 15th, 2022, and it'll be in Camelback. That's the one I was talking about. So ever since last year, they've been doing two cons a year, and that's great. And they're a small con. It's run by Jennifer Perez, okay, and this is actually her daughter Senna, Sena, is the mascot. So that's actually her. All right. And even though it's not perfect, I remember giving reviews. I've been to every single PuchiCon from the very beginning. Maybe except for a few pop-ups here and there. But it's a small con. It's a very friendly one, and it's try to cater all ages. And they're trying to go a little bit further too. The mascot over here, wants to add wrestling. She got her wish, but it was on a pop up one, and I saw the wrestling match. And they were wrestling in the entire second floor at the T-Neck Marriott. They're gonna be at the T-Neck Marriott, I believe, in August as well. But the dates are there on Instagram. I posted it somewhere on my feed somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this one? Sac Anime? No, not worth going. Hard to get to, unless if you're in Sacramento. But now, I don't know if you want to go, Nikki. I don't know if you want to go there too. But anyway, it's up to you. Next one, Comic Con San Diego. That's a tough one. Okay, I really, really would want to go, but I am tempted by peers. I am tempted by one of my pharmacy professors and her daughter. Her daughter is a vendor. She's an artist, a comic artist. I really, really want to go to San Diego Comic Con. I went to the venue, but I went to the venue for something else, for a pharmacy conference in 2018. The thing is with San Diego Comic Con is that it's very hard to get to, just like New York Comic Con. I'll try, but Sac Anime happens it really happens 2 to 3 times a year, and I don't know if I can go to every. I think one is enough, isn't it? Is that considered a big, moderate, or a small con? I don't know. I don't really look into too much. The reason why I don't is simply because it's so far. Anyway, WinterCon, that is 2 stops from my house, and I did the review I also had a bad time Sack Anime Summer 2010 because the Yu-Gi-Oh 2 was an asshole. Hmm. Wow. Okay. So WinterCon, this is a tough one because since it was two stops away from me, it was kind of worth of going to because my friends made it a great experience. The Yu-Gi-Oh tournament organizer. Oh, okay. Well, people with who have certain positions, some of them can be assholes. I have to deal with Jefecito, okay, Señor Cangrejo, okay, in case he watches it, okay. Cuando mi jefe mira mi transmisión, ok, yo hablo español. Cuando mi jefecito está disponible, ok, yo hablo español con mis compañeras, ok, porque no entiende español. All right, so don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about the Spanish. It's okay. All right, so I don't know if I want to put as I'll go someday because I already went twice. Because I don't want to put in as not worth going. I know Diginikism put as not worth going. Now, if it's really far from you, like if you're in California, you want to go to WinterCon, that's not worth it when it comes to spending that kind of money. All right, so you know, I I'm kind of like yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. But what really gave it a 7 out of 10 for for WinterCon, if you watch my previous stream, it's really the friends and the atmosphere and the people that really brought the score up. If it weren't for the people, if the people were being assholes or being toxic, we would have gotten a 3 or a 4, maybe probably more of a 3. Okay, Eternal Con. I went there once. I was referred to by my pharmacy professor and her daughter, who was a vendor, and it is one of the largest. I think this is the largest con in Long Island. So it's not as easy to get there, but it is manageable with public transit. You have to take LIRR, and then you have to take the nice bus. It's tempted to go by Piers. So yeah, it's a general con. It's like similar to New York Comic Con. It there's anime as well, but it's not as much. But if you if you like all the merch and all this stuff, it's in Nassau Coliseum. It was in the basement, so it's a lot of room. It's pretty big. You have to go scroll all the way back onto my Instagram, all the way. I post on Instagram, but it's very hard to find. So now, all right, I'm still giving it a try. Let's see. I think I'm back for now. I guess let me know if the camera goes off again. All right. So hey, anyway, Long Island Tropic Con. I actually know the person. I actually met with the con organizer several times, and I am actually tempted. I am tempted to go by with the peers. I was doing good. What happened? I was doing so good. Maybe this will work. Wake it up a little bit. Oh man. I was doing so good. What happened? Oh. All right. You already saw my face enough. That's it. Okay. Long Island Retro Gaming. If you're a gamer, go for it. I am not a gamer. Not worth it. Okay? I'm not saying it's bad, but what I'm saying is, that's not my type. Okay? We all have different, preferences when it comes to going to which event. Katsucon, I would go in a heartbeat. It is the same reason why I would go to Otakon in a heartbeat. All right. I went I've been there in 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2022. I went this year. And I have spoken to the co chairs. and I talked about it, and I told them the issues and all that stuff. They did a great job in handling during the pandemic, and the one thing, it's not Katsucon's fault, but it's one of the very popular cons, but it's known for elitism and a lot of the famous cosplayers going all out and trying to show off and all that. Okay, I posted on Instagram that cosplay is all about fun and doing what you want to do and respecting each other and having, of course, having fun. I have to emphasize the fun part. Problem is that's not the it's getting a little bit more toxic, and we can't have that. Life, as I said, life sucks. Life is tough as it is, especially when we're dealing with the pandemic. Okay, we need to do better. Okay, especially if we want to keep this subculture alive. All right. Lastly, Magfest. Magfest is held at the same place as Katsucon. This is also more of a gaming thing. I would. I'm stuck between. I'll go. Actually, it's not worth going because I'm not saying it's a bad con, but it's a party con. Okay, a lot of the cons are party cons, especially the big ones. So MagCon, you're the Magfest rather. MegaCon, that's something else. MegaCon is a Florida con. So Magfest, Katsucon, those are party cons. Went to Katsucon, there was a party even at midnight, and I was already knocked out from a panel. Oh my goodness. So, that's my list. I'm actually be right back. I need to use the bathroom. Oh, oh wait, no, 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 no. All right. Oops. Wrong one. All right. I don't know. I really want my camera back. I don't know. It wasn't like this before. Let's see. All right. Let's try this again. Camera, don't die on me. Keeps blowing out. Okay. So that's my tier list. Hope you like it. You don't have to agree with me. This is my opinion. Okay, so it really depends. All right, and so I had a great time streaming. Yes, thank you for being patient and understanding with all my technical issues. Oh, thank you for I thank you, Nikki, for doing the request. I appreciate it. You know, I wish I had a more detailed analysis for it, but some of the cons I never went to, so I kind of gave it a summary. So though it's not complete because I didn't add all American, it's okay. Uh, there's some cons I really want to add as well. So there, so WinterCon we talked about, Brooklyn Comic Con we talk about. There is a another one. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my list. I'm gonna show you on my phone here if my camera is still working. It's working, yay! So no Chicago ones or anything from the Midwest, but I hardly want to touch those places. Why would you not want to touch those places? Yeah. Oh, I just remember something. Anime Central, I really want to go. Anime Central would be on the. It's actually between the red and the orange. I have family in Illinois, so I really that's Anime Central is a top 10 con. But I'm gonna go through my list and it's on my phone here, over here. So where is it? My 2022. So back in 2020, I think it was 2020 before actually I made this list myself. This is the top 10 US anime cons in 2019. All right. Now at the time, uh Anime Con stopped doing it, so I did my own. Oops. All right. So Anime Expo, I put that on the list. So let me put this here. Okay. So Anime Expo is here. This AX. Okay. I wish I could go in a heartbeat, but the thing is, transportation got in the way. You know, Anime NYC is number two, so 46,000. It actually, so that's at 2019. 2021, it was 53,000. 53,000. Okay. Acon is in Texas. I would actually put this more about in this area. That's again the top 10 cons. I would put that in there or here because of distance. Fanime is already there. Anime Central, it would be more like between orange and yellow here. Tempted to go or let me think about it because I have family there, and they have Chicago has this I think second or third largest transportation system. Okay, New York City's obviously number one, but DC and Chicago they're like, you know, they fight between second and third place. So that's Anime Central. Anime Weekend Atlanta, I talked about when I put MomoCon over here, so I'll put that there. Otakon, I put that there. Anime Boston's there. SakuraCon is another one. So SakuraCon is in Seattle, and I would put that as a some. I'll go someday, simply because of the attendance and I like to go to big cons. Okay, I'm sorry, I like to go to big cons. But it's a little far, so that's why I'll put that over there. I wouldn't say it's not worth going because I like the one where there's big cons, big turnout, and you have lots of choices for everything. Maybe very overwhelming for some people, so that's why they want to go for small cons. I'm not just because I like big cons doesn't mean all big cons are good, but it doesn't always mean that all small cons are bad. No, each con's different. All right, and you can have a great experience even with small cons. Back when Liberty City was a small con in 2017, 2018, oh, that was the best. Oh my goodness. So easy to get to because it's in Times Square area. But okay, so CPAC I talked about, Puchicon I talked about, Anime Boston, Anime Next, Broken Comic, Otakon, Puchicon again, Goasi I talked about. There is New York Comic. Okay, so my 2022 events, you will see it here. Oh, the camera's back out again. I didn't even realize it. All right, so you'll see it here. The camera doesn't die. So yes, you'll see that over there. It paused. Anyway, that's a good idea because I'm gonna show you that on the top part. So that's my list of cons over here that I put on Instagram. Uh, Actually, I have to update this one for 2023. I already ordered the Katsucon tickets. Okay, and then the pharmacy CEs, I didn't even apply for those yet. Oops, sorry. So now, all right, I'm gonna put this away. I'm gonna get most likely I'm gonna get a new camera. All right, so I'm probably gonna on Instagram. I'm probably gonna put a list of other cons as well that I put in. All right, so let's see what I have. King Con. I'm gonna put that. Actually, you know what? I forgot to put that one there, but that's in the Jersey area. Zenkai Con. That's in Lancaster. It, I would say I'll go someday, but it's very hard to get to. Okay. Next one is all the fan expos. All right. I don't think. Nah, I would say I'll go someday. All right. I don't want to say not worth going because I really don't have that kind of judgment. Okay. So, but there are a lot of fan expos. They're all over the place. It's like a chain of cons. Okay. Big Apple Comic Con I already talked about. Long Island Comic Fest. It's okay, but nah, I wouldn't. There's CradleCon. I almost forgot about that one. So if you're in the Long Island area, if you want something that's smaller than Eternal Con, you can go for CradleCon. So Sakura Matsuri, they're gonna do that in Stony Brook. The one in Brooklyn is most likely probably canceled. So I'll think about that one in Stony Brook. That's in May 7th. Anime Central. Animazement is in Raleigh, North Carolina. I had to sell my ticket because I'm going to Anime Boston during that time. The Geekdom Con is in Philly. Anime I talked about. A-Con I talked about. Awesome Con is in DC. I think it's also in Wal- the Walter E. Washington Convention Center. Same thing as Otakon. All right. There is Five Points Festival. There is also BlurredCon. I've got, I don't want to travel too much, so you know, I really I would go someday though. More there's Garden State Comic Fest. Not sure about that. Connecticut I talked about. San Diego Comic Con I talked about. Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri probably not gonna go because it's probably run by FIFA, but that's unconfirmed or something like that. It's a top 10. It would be a top 10 con. Fan Expo Boston, I'm not going. Long Island Tropic Con, I'm not sure about. I really want a panel on it. If I'm able to submit a panel and get approved, I'm probably going to go. FlameCon, I talked about. Shikari Con, I believe it's also in Pennsylvania as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see Shikari Con. Let me see. I know it's so weird without my face. Someday, like if I do get affiliated, I will get. Oh, Shikari Con's in Philadelphia. Okay, my bad. Okay, so I miss seeing my face. I miss seeing my face. I know I'm so freaking persistent, and I said, "Oh, I give up," and then I don't give up. Okay. So you'll see my face here and there. Okay, so what's the next one? Next con is Dragon Con. I talked about. Colossal Con East. I talked about. Anime Weekend Atlanta. I talked about. And Holiday Matsuri. Okay, so all right. Again, sorry about the technical issues. All right, so I also want to do something new. All right, there is something about I want to watch that Japanese class, like learn Japanese while on stream, but that's something I'm thinking about. What I really want to do is I really want to do this new project, but I've been procrastinating about it ever since the beginning of this year, and I've spoken to the mods about it earlier. So I'm thinking of I have to make sure everything goes well, but like it's a heavy stream today, and I did 2 hours. All right, so again, thank you very much for joining the stream. It's 1:49 a.m. New York City Eastern Daylight Time because we went forward, right? Recently. And it says March 19th, even though it feels like March 18th still. And we're gonna go over who are we gonna raid. I already have a big list now. Andy Milanakis is live. No, we're not gonna raid him. Why? Because we raid the ones that tend to have the lower viewers. But more importantly, I like to raid the ones who I know very well. Who is there? Oh, we got missing Shelby. I need to raid him. He's doing Pico Park. I want to see how I can do that. All right. Here we go. So I'm gonna raid a missing. It's weird. This one works, but the thing. Yeah, that one works, but doing the shout out doesn't. I don't understand. I'm still learning with Twitch. All right. So you don't see my face, but I will say this in the words of the mod who's here with me, DJ Nicky Zem. Hope you all have a great day or a great night, depending on when you watch this. And please, please stay healthy and safe. And also, I have a new quote from Katniss. I don't know if she's still here, but what I will say is, les deseo paz, mucha paz, pero sobre todo mucho, mucho amor. Voy a decir tus palabras después de las palabras de... Oh, actually, I'm going to say, les deseo paz, mucha paz, pero sobre todo mucho, mucho amor. So she said, I wish all of you peace, a lot of peace, but about everyone, I wish a lot of love. All right? Y en las palabras de doctora María Polo, he dicho, boom, transmisión cerrada. All right, have a good night. I miss my face already. Where am I? Oh boy.